Good morning, children. I'm sure you all must be hale and hearty. Today, we are going to start a new lesson of Unit 3, that is 3.6 Think Before You Speak. Before that, let us begin our day with a beautiful saying. The smarter you get, the less you speak. See, children, many intelligent people become arrogant about their intellect and look down on those they deem to be intellectually inferior, which makes them less humble and less wise. The saying, the smarter you get, the less you speak, is better expressed as the wiser you get, the more you listen, which happens to be true. So now let us begin our next lesson. Take out textbooks and have pencil in your hand. 3.6 Think before you speak. This lesson carries an advice that we should refrain from using words which we will have to regret later. Children, as we have discussed earlier in our class, this lesson is an advice that we should restrict ourselves from using harsh words and stop ourselves from using words when we are not required to speak. Have pencil in your hand and let us read the lesson. Man was meant to listen more and talk less. That is why, as the great British statesman Benjamin Disraeli said, nature has endowed man with 2 ears and 1 mouth. If man was meant to talk more and listen less, he would have 2 mouths and only 1 ear. Imagine how we would have looked, how strange with 2 mouths on the two sides and 1 ear at the center. So, children, here man was meant to listen more and talk less, and that is the reason why the British statesman, now statesman is a noun that means a person experienced in the art of governing, who governs. So, he was Benjamin Disraeli. He said nature has endowed. Now endowed means we are provided with this thing, to be provided with something or to be blessed with. So nature has endowed man means nature has made man, provided man with 2 ears and 1 mouth. If man was meant to talk more and listen less, he would have 2 mouths and only 1 ear. Just imagine how you would look with 2 mouths and 1 ear. So, children, after listening this, do you really think was Disraeli trying to give a scientific reason? No, children. He was only trying to give a message in a very light-hearted but effective way. He was putting in front of us the fact of human physiology that suggests to speak less and listen more. So it was just a light-hearted, effective way of telling the fact. Understood? Now, see the second paragraph. And mind you, the ears are like funnels. You all have seen funnel. Funnel is a tube or a pipe that is wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. So our ears are like funnels. Why? Because they are open all the time and there is no door to close it. There is no way to close it, like funnels. Open all the time. There is no door with which you can close them. Whereas if you have to speak even one single word, that word must pass through two walls that are two fences. Got it? There is firstly the fence of these two rows of teeth. So now here they have to pass through fences means words have to go through them. There is secondly the fence of two lips. Now children, the words have to pierce through them. They have to pass through them. Before a word can be spoken, it has to pierce through these two walls. Pierce, the meaning of pierce is go into something, to go into something through these two fences. Therefore, we must think at least twice before we utter a word. So, you all know when you utter a word, it comes from your mouth and it has to go through first two rows of teeth and then two fences of lips. So, it has to go through all these walls, they have to overcome, and then the words come out of our mouth. A wise man once remarked that of the unspoken word you are a master, of the spoken word you are a slave. Slave, the one who has to serve his master, is a slave. So the words which we have never spoken, we can rule them. We are like a master. But the words which you have already spoken, if they are unpleasant, then you have to be its slave. Once you have spoken to word, you cannot go get it back. Do what you will. Therefore, you must be very careful about the words that you speak. Once the word has left your lips, you will not be able to get it back. So, children, I hope you have understood that we are masters of unspoken words because nobody knows what we have said. They are just thoughts in our mind, they have not come out of it. But we become slaves of spoken words, as once spoken, we cannot take them back. So, we must be very careful. Therefore, you must be very careful about the words that you speak. Once the word has left your lips, you will not be able to get it back. Now, what are one unspoken words? They are things you want to say but remain unsaid as thoughts in your mind. Once you have put the thoughts into words, once the words have left your lips, you cannot change them or control them. A young man went to a. Now, the lesson narrates a story of a young man who had hurt his friend with his harsh words. So, let us see. A young man went to his spiritual teacher and said, I have spoken very harsh and unkind words to my friend, and he is deeply hurt. I am afraid. I have lost my friendship with him. How can I make amends? Now, what do you mean by amends? Amends means repairing, compensation. To make up with the loss is amend. The wise teacher, I think you have understood, a young man, he had gone to his spiritual teacher and now he was regretting about using very harsh words because of which he has lost his friend. The wise teacher gave him a fresh sheet of blank paper and a pen and said to the young man, write down on this paper all the harsh things you said to him. The young man did as he was told and showed the paper to the teacher. Now tear up this sheet of paper into as many small bits as you can, the wise teacher said. Soon the single sheet was torn into 100 tiny bits of paper. Throw the bits out of this window, the teacher told him. That was easily done. It was a windy day and the tiny bits were scattered far and wide. Far and wide means over a large area. It's a phrase, over a large area. Even as the young man watched. Now go out into the street and collect as many bits of paper as you can, the teacher ordered him. The young man was taken aback. Now taken aback means it's surprised. He was shocked. He was taken aback. But that will be difficult, he stammered. Now children, stammered means he repeated the same words. It's a speech defect where the person speaks with pause and repetition, so repeatedly they utter the same words, but that will be difficult. So the way of this talking is stammered. It will be difficult indeed, but do give it a try, the teacher suggested. The young man went out. He returned half an hour later, exhausted. Exhausted means completely tired, very, very tired. He had not been able to get hold of a single torn bit from the paper he had torn up just a while earlier. This is what happens with the spoken words, the teacher said to him. Once you have spoken the words aloud, it is very difficult to take them back. Therefore, learn to think before you speak in anger. So here we came to know that it's about a young man who had hurt his friend with his harsh words. Worried that he might lose his friend, he goes to a wise man. His spiritual teacher was a wise man who teaches him a lesson that words spoken are like scattered bits of paper thrown out in the wind, easy to blow but difficult to collect. So this shows that one must think before he speaks. So that is why it is rightly said that think before you speak. So now see on page number 77. We had already discussed about Socrates and his philosophy. Let us first revise. Now Socrates was a classical Greek philosopher. credited as one of the founders of Western philosophy and as being the first moral philosopher of the Western ethical traditional of thought. An enigmatic figure, he made no writings and is known chiefly through the accounts of classical writers writing after his lifetime, particularly his students like Plato. Now, children, philosopher. Who is philosopher? Philosopher is someone who studies or writes about the meaning of life. They are scholars and thinkers. They are lovers of wisdom. In a modern sense, a philosopher is an intellectual who has contributed in one or more branches of philosophy, such as aesthetics, ethics, logic, and so on. Actually, what is philosophy? It's a philosophy is the theory or attitude that acts as a guiding principle for behavior. It is the way of thinking about the world or universe or society. And Socrates was known as father of philosophy. Now let us read. Socrates was one of the wisest men of the ancient world. Many were the youths whose lives he influenced for the better. Socrates counseled means he advised or guided his disciples to keep their mouths shut and speak only when absolutely necessary. O wise one, how may we know when it is right to speak? They asked him. Open your mouths to speak only after you have asked yourselves three questions and received an affirmative answer of the three. Affirmative means positive. The answer which is yes, positive answer is affirmative answer to each of the three, replied Socrates. What were the three questions? The first question we must ask ourselves before we speak is it true? If we are not sure about the veracity means truth. If we are not sure whether it is true or not of what we are saying, it is better that we do not utter a word. When we utter words carelessly, we ourselves become transmitters of untruth. Now, transmitters are the persons who spread something. Now, here in this case, untruth. So, transmitters are the one who spreads. So, remember this. The second question to ask is it pleasant? Is it pleasant? Many are the empty remarks and vain means of no use, useless statements that people make an idleness to hurt others. It is better that these unpleasant words remain unspoken. The third question, according to Socrates, is it useful? Is our statement going to benefit the listener? Will our words bring comfort to someone? Are we likely to help someone with what we say? Only in that case we should go ahead and speak. A practical tip is how one can earn respect. So we earn respect when we speak less. And it's the secret to go for happy relationships and peace of mind by speaking less and only when it is needed.